offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Problem gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Are you a veteran looking for a new companion animal? A dog? A cat? Or maybe something else? The Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs Vets Get Pets program can cover up to $350 of your pet adoption fees. Visit veterans.nebraska.gov/vetsgetpets to learn more about program requirements and how to apply. Want to help support the program? Get your Vets Get Pets specialty license plates from the Nebraska DMV. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Hey, what's happening? Man, it's the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. Look here, we on 93.7 The Ticket. I've been ripping and running all day, y'all. I ain't even got my headset on yet. I'm just, it's one of them days. I want to start off by saying I'm feeling very thankful and very humble today because for those of you that don't know, today I celebrate 14 years clean and sober. That's no alcohol, no cigarettes, no nothing. But I got to admit to y'all, I did splurge last night. I had a Sprite. I was living on the edge. Man, I was doing big things. But I'm telling y'all that to tell you this. Kind of like leads right into what I want to talk about tonight is mentorship. You know, I got 14 years as of today, and I give all that credit to God, but I have to give a lot of that credit to Tom Osborne because for those that don't know me, Coach Osborne kind of came through for me when I was at my lowest point in life. He wrote me a letter when I was incarcerated, and it was only a paragraph. Letter went like this: Dear Ricky, I know your parents believed in you. I believe in you, and upon your release, if there's anything I can do to help you, feel free to contact me. And it was signed Tom Osborne. And at that point, I fell on my knees in my prison cell, and I turned my life over to Christ. I'm a spiritual guy today, and I'll be real honest with you. For the last 14 years, at least once a week, I looked Coach Osborne in the eyes, and when I wasn't able to do that, I was on his phone. And just basically accountability, being respectful, and being appreciative of someone that took time out of their busy day to reach out to me when I was at my lowest. I will never forget that, and I will never take that for granted, and that's a big part of why I don't take anything for granted, which really and truly leads me to my guest. He understands this concept, and you're going to find out why, because I got a ton of questions for him, but first we got to introduce him. Y'all know him as Demoine Adams. I call him my little brother, Demo. Demo, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you for having me. Hey, again, congrats on the celebration.
Well, thank you, sir.
As a matter of fact, I wore this shirt.
What?
As a reminder.
Can't be beat, won't be beat.
Hey, and so you are an example of someone day by day getting better and better.
And I appreciate you saying that, but you know, the real reason why I was bringing that topic up tonight was because of what you do now, which we will get to.
Yeah.
But I just want everybody to understand something. This thing called life is not guaranteed to anyone. And that's a big reason why I always ask people not to take anything for granted. And when I be like, every day you blessed to see is another day in paradise, that's not just a saying, man. That's a mindset and a lifestyle. I choose to look at it that way. I'm not saying my life is perfect. I'm saying how I choose to look at things. Some things are just out of my control. I mean, there's so many things that I have no control over, but the few things that I do have control over are all between my ears and within me. And that's why I'm so honored to have you as a guest, because I can't wait to get to that part. But first, I got to ask you this. Now, where did you grow up, man?
Born and raised Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Woo, wait a minute. Okay, keep going. Tell me now, you're growing up in Pine Bluff. I'm still listening.
Yeah, so raised by my grandma, both my great-grandparents.
Okay.
I had a good childhood. Mom and dad ended up moving to Dallas.
Okay.
Had a lot of cousins, raised in the church, so I had a lot of faith. And, played sports, but was never the best kid.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So you had a couple of bumps in the road.
Well, I take that back. I was never the best athlete.
Okay.
But as a kid, I didn't have a lot of self-esteem.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Because growing up, my dad did not become my father until I was about 15 years old.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So now, you say you moved to Dallas. When did this happen? What age?
So, I stayed in Pine Bluff when my parents moved. And
Okay.
so my mom and dad had me out of high school.
Okay.
So they never got married. So Pine Bluff, they had some opportunities, but most people ended up moving to the next biggest city so they can get a good job. So when my dad became my father, that's when he accepted Christ into his life.
Gotcha.
And so that's when, he introduced me to Christ as well.
Okay.
And so that's what boosted my self-esteem, my confidence, because I was getting ready to give up. I didn't like school. Sometimes I didn't like myself. The things that were around me included drugs, gangs, poverty. So, we all have choices.
Right.
And I'm very thankful that my father was able to make that 180. Because if it wasn't for him accepting Christ, and I wouldn't be here today.
Gotcha. Now, you say, so Pine Bluff, Arkansas, that was basically home base.
Yes, sir.
And you stayed there until when?
1998.
1998.
And that's when I started my next chapter in my life, University of Nebraska, Lincoln.
What? Now, you went from Arkansas to Nebraska?
Arkansas, Nebraska.
Now, is this all behind football?
All because of football. All because of this football camp that I went to the summer going into my senior year.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you got an opportunity to come to Nebraska. Now, what years were you at Nebraska playing?
So my first year was Frank Seller's first year. So 1998 to 2002.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you Coach Solich guy. Okay.
Yeah. So, Coach, he recruited me, but I never got a chance to play for him. But going back to the example that the influence that he had on you, he never forgot my name.
Yeah.
And so, to this day, I'm very fortunate I get to play on his other team, his team called Teammates.
Absolutely. And that's where I want to eventually get to, man.
Yeah.
After you got done playing in Nebraska, though, okay, what was your next move?
I didn't get drafted, but, I kept chasing that dream.
Okay.
They say only 1% to 2% of football players make it to the next level. So I kept chasing it. Played up in the CFL for about a year and a half until I got that phone call from the Packers to play on their practice roster, do a special team. So I did that in 2005.
Okay.
At the end of the season, got cut, did some arena football, got another call from the Tennessee Titans, practice roster, arena. Next year, practice roster, arena, got cut, 49ers. Then my last stop was Omaha Beef.
Gotcha.
And I didn't get no more phone calls.
I got you. Yeah,
so,
and that's something that's very important that you bring that up, because a lot of people don't understand that this athletic thing, it's like a blessing, but it's like a curse.
It is.
Because if you're really into it, I mean, there's some obstacles that can pretty much get in the way and can basically derail your career. And I'm living proof of that as well. I guess my big thing is when you get that opportunity, you know, I think it's wise to take it. But apparently you had a backup plan.
You know, I did. And at the time, I didn't really see those 2 degrees as meaningful because my whole life, I made a lot of sacrifice for football.
Right, right.
And, you know, chasing that dream, I mean, I pretty much put my life on hold because I wanted to make that dream come true. But when I realized that dream didn't love me the same way that I loved it.
No.
That's when I went to that backup plan. But it took those mentors, those people in my life to remind me that I'm more than just someone with a number on my chest.
Correct. And, you know, and that's good that you brought that up. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. It's because every kid that starts off, let's just say in midget sports, they all may not admit it, but I think in the back of their mind, they have watched enough pro football that they feel that there's an opportunity. But what a lot of people don't understand is everything that goes with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the pros and you see the money and you see the material things, but a lot of times people don't look at what went into getting to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking midget, little league, high school. I mean, it's a grind, dude. And by the time you get to college, then it comes a whole different grind because everybody's good.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the pros, now they throw money in the mix.
Yeah.
So, well, I guess you can say that about college now. They're throwing with the NIL situation, they're throwing money at you. So it kind of changes things. And I just, you know, everybody that's aspiring to be an athlete, a male or female, just keep in mind, have a backup plan.
Yeah.
You know, because that backup plan that you had, man, it has worked really well for you. Now, I know when you quit playing ball, what did you do after that?
You know, honestly, it took me about a month or 2 just to get my first real job. You know, I didn't have any work experience, and I thought playing pro football, that would get me into the door.
Yeah.
But like I say, Nebraska, I didn't realize I would end up back here. But getting those 2 degrees from Nebraska, the relationships that I built at the university, that allowed me to get my first job at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in 2008.
Okay. And what was that job?
You know, I worked at the Culture Center. So my job was to work with first-generation students who received the Susan Buffett Scholarship, not just to get to college, but to help them to get through college.
Gotcha.
With mentoring, tutoring, wraparound programming. And so I did that for about 3 years until I had an opportunity to get back reconnected with Coach Osborne.
Okay. Now you did that, and you came to teammates at first, and then you left. I remember. See, I got an idea. I don't know all the facts, but I know you were there, and all of a sudden I come up to see Coach, and I'm like, where's Demo? Well, he's no longer here. I don't know what happened, so I'm asking.
Yeah. So, you know, I was with teammates for a good 8.5 years up until December 2019, and you know, help teammates expand, get to the next level. And, you know, of course, opportunities came up, and I wanted to grow. I wanted to, you know, continue to see what more, you know, do I have to offer. But I told Coach as I was leaving that if an opportunity came up to where that executive director, that CEO position would come up, let me know, because teammates has always been near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
But at that time, I saw it as a growth opportunity, and I took it. And that's when I went to University of Nebraska Foundation to pretty much serve the university as a proud alum.
Okay. Okay. So now how long did you do that?
I did it for a year and a half.
Year and a half.
And then I got that other phone call from Coach Osborne this summer of 2021. And that's when he was telling me about this potential opportunity that could come up, and he just wanted me to think about it.
Right.
And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and when it came up, it was kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah. Well, you was familiar with it anyway, so it wasn't like it was new. Well, I'll say this, man. I want to, if we can, I'd like to take a quick break, and then we'll come right back.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself a cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Okay, old buddy, I took you through the car wash and drove you out to your favorite dirt road to talk about something. Well, I'll tell you. Trucks and bucks from the Nebraska Lottery's back, and I'm just going to buy some tickets, that's all. No reason to get upset. Of course you mean a lot to me. But this year, the Nebraska Lottery's giving away 8 Atlas Blue 2023 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew Flex Fuel trucks. I mean, these things are gorgeous. And what happens if I win one? Hey, you'll still be part of the family. I thought maybe I'd give you to my nephew, Josh. He's not a terrible driver. He only left the gas nozzle in his tank and drove off once. Okay, twice.
Ford F-150 is a registered trademark owned and licensed by Ford Motor Company. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batstorats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention. Gambling affects millions of Americans daily, of all ages and walks of life. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Hi, this is Becky from Midwest Bank, and our team is here for you. From our friendly staff to our innovative products to our online banking and mobile app, all of our services are designed with you in mind. We'll help you open a checking account, apply for a loan, open a credit card, or start saving for the future. We do it all. We're your local community bank, a trusted partner that's here to serve you. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Well, yo, we back. I had to do a little adjustment there, so we're good now. Let's kind of recap right quick before we go forward. You grew up in Arkansas, and man, I know that, growing up in the South is different.
Yeah.
Much different than the Midwest. But you survived it. Then you came to Nebraska. You survived Nebraska, and you went and had your pro career. And then you went into the university as an employee.
That's right.
And you said you got 2 degrees.
Yeah.
Could you share with us what those degrees are?
Yeah. So, I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay.
Because, growing up, I knew that doctors and lawyers made a lot of money. So when I came to Nebraska and they asked, where you want to major, and I can't say football.
Say basket weaving.
I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. Graduated in 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And because I redshirted, I still had 2 years of football eligibility. So couldn't go to law school because those classes conflicted with football practice. So took this assessment with Dennis LeBlanc, and then we ended up finding out that what my true passion was to help people. So that's when I started my master's degree in educational psychology.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, having those degrees and then starting working with teammates, I mean, that sounds like a perfect fit for you. And then you said you did that for like 8 years?
Yeah. So I was at the university for about 3 years before I got the opportunity to work with teammates.
Okay.
And so my job was to help create more scholarships for teammate students. And, me being a first generation student, I've always had a heart for students who have potential, but yet they just needed that extra help, just those additional resources. And so my heart and passion pretty much complements the mission of teammates, which is to positively impact the world by inspiring students to reach their full potential through mentoring.
Okay, now explain to me, and for all the people that don't know exactly what teammates do, make me understand and make everybody understand exactly what is the concept of teammates. How did it start? How, and what's the future of teammates look like to you, in your opinion?
So started with this concept, former head coach Tom Osborne and his wife Nancy. Coach was having a lot of success on the field, but Nancy came back to him and said, what can we do with our legacy off the field, with this platform that you have?
Right.
And that's when this ideal of providing mentoring to young kids so they can be winners in school, so that they can one day be winners in life.
Okay.
And so coach started with asking his football players, is there anyone that's willing to mentor a young kid once a week at the school during a school day for about 20 to 30 minutes? Simply by providing that positive role model to a young person will hopefully lead to them being more engaged in school, staying out of trouble, because getting a high school diploma will set you up to at least get a good job, to go to college. But simply by having that additional caring adult that's not your father, that's not your mom or a parent or a teacher, but someone else that cares about you unconditionally. Just like us as football players, we still call Coach Osborne coach to this day.
Oh, absolutely.
The concept was simply to make sure that students understand the real football that will help you to score in this game called life is education.
Okay. Now, when did this program actually first start up?
Started in 1991 with just 22 middle school students right here in the Lincoln Public School District.
Wow.
22 football players that were mentors.
Okay, in 1991.
Yep, in 1991. And so out of those 22, 21 of those students graduated from high school on time. That one student, he eventually got his GED. But out of those 21, 18 of them went on to pursue some form of post-secondary education. So all scholarships were guaranteed.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it was a success right off the bat.
It was so successful that schools wanted more students to get involved.
Okay.
So more football players got involved to serve as mentors, but there's only so much that the football players could do.
Right.
And so that's when Coach Osborne and his wife Nancy reached out to the Lincoln community, asking them to consider stepping up to use their role to be a role model by volunteering just 30 to 40 minutes a week, by going to the school, have lunch with a kid, play a game, listen, not to be a tutor, not to be a parent, not to try to fix them, but to simply be there.
Yeah.
And that's when here we are now, 32 years later, we've helped over 46,000 students graduate from high school.
Man, that's phenomenal. I mean, almost unheard of, actually. Now, this was just a Nebraska thing initially. Is that correct?
It was, started in Lincoln, Nebraska. And then the hype and the success of teammates grew to where Omaha wanted to start it, Grand Island wanted to start it, and then it spread it out across the state. And so then, of course, you got Council Bluffs that's just right on the other side of Omaha.
Right.
And so then when I started teammates, when I started with teammates in 2011, Coach Osborne wanted to expand it because he saw a need in South Dakota. We had some connections up there.
Okay.
Had some connections in Wyoming through Craig Bowe, had some connections in Kansas. And so that was one of my responsibilities, was to help him expand teammates in those other states. So now we're serving 5 states, 191 school districts. We currently have over 9,000 students that have a mentor.
Unbelievable. Now, what you say 5 states, what 5 states are y'all actually in now?
So, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, Wyoming, and South Dakota.
South Dakota, okay. And are you looking to expand even further, or is that pretty much it for now?
No, so right now, just with COVID, just still trying to make sure that our current programs have the support they need.
Right.
We're putting quality over quantity.
Gotcha.
These next 2 to 3 years. But once we get into 26, 27, North Dakota, they've been knocking on the door. Missouri, they've been knocking. Oklahoma, Texas. We can easily be serving this entire country.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, I know you said you you came back. Now, what is your current position with teammates?
CEO.
Man, look here. I'm talking to hey, big time. I'm talking big time. Man, huge congratulations, man. That's a large responsibility. And I follow you a lot on social media too. Dude, you be everywhere.
Yeah. So, the same person that I was before I took this position.
Okay.
I'm pretty much making the position. Most CEOs, they sit behind a desk. They stop working as hard because they feel like they got to the top.
Yeah, I've reached the mountaintop.
Yep.
Yeah.
But, I still got this little kid inside of me that reminds me where I'm from, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, the hard work that I put in, even in my other positions with teammates. And so the mistake that I'm not going to make is to stop putting in that same hard work just because I got here.
So you're basically leading by example.
Exactly. Lead by example, serving leadership, and very fortunate to receive that mentoring from Coach Osborne every day. He comes in every day for a good 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
And so I want to make sure that this legacy that him and Nancy started 32 years ago, it continues for another 30, 40, 50 years.
Well, you know, I know he does. We do a lot of fundraising, you know, like, for example, I play in these golf tournaments they have one down in Gothenburg that I play in every year. And I'm looking forward to going out there and losing some more golf balls. But that's all right. It's for a great cause. And I see the progress of the fundraising. So financially, you guys are doing pretty well too. Am I understanding that right?
So Teammates, so we're a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And, you know, Teammates was pretty much started with money from Tom and Nancy 32 years ago. Now, people have to recognize that he wasn't making Scott Frost, Matt Rule money.
Right.
Yeah. So every year, we are sustainable because of the donations that we get, the very generous supporters, the grants. Every year, there's a hustle to where I'm always asking people to support our efforts because it's not like we just got a ton of money sitting.
Right.
But we do have a plan.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but every year we rely on donations. So anyone can go to teammates.org and either click to become a mentor or click to donate.
Okay.
Because
say that website again.
Teammates.org.
Teammates.org.
Teammates.org. Become a mentor, or you can donate because every single year we just got one mission. We're just trying to serve students.
Right.
This is not about me. It's pretty much about these students. And these students, more than ever, they need additional face-to-face adults because right now they get a lot of face-to-face screen time.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not knocking technology, but I just think that, you know, I like what you're saying. I mean, there's more to life than a screen.
Exactly.
You know, and a lot of these kids, I'm not putting them down, but I mean, I'm not sure if their mind has developed enough, you know, at the ages that they start looking at these screens.
Yeah.
Because I watch people sometimes just in my daily travels, and I notice how those screens can kind of almost put them in a trance.
Exactly. And pretty much what they see is what they get.
Right.
So if all they see is negativity, if all they see are folks, you know, trying to get rich or trying to make it without putting in that time, energy, and hard work,
right,
then that's what they're going to get. But having a mentor really reminds students of what it takes, you know, giving them that sense of hope that leads to engagement, that leads to well-being, because COVID really did a knock on our students just in terms of their lack of disengagement and just being able to be critical thinkers and being problem solvers. A lot of our students these days, they expect something by doing nothing.
Right. They just like it's supposed to just fall out of the sky.
Exactly. Or just simply just like putting a bag of popcorn in a microwave and boom, you got something.
Yeah, now you're out. Yeah, you're okay all of a sudden.
You know, life doesn't work that way, especially this game called life. And so two things that are helping me to be a servant leader for teammates. One, my education. And so that's why we emphasize to all of our students who get involved in teammates. We don't require any students. They want to be in teammates, or they have a parent or a teacher that refers them to teammates. But our students have to want a mentor. And then, of course, you know, the goal is for them to get that high school diploma because that allows them to play this game called life.
Oh, absolutely.
But of course, the game of life is just like football because you're going to get tackled with hits, bad news, discouragement. It may make you feel like you want to give up and quit, but when you have that mentor in your life, that gives you that sense of hope. It gives you that ability to be resilient. It lets you know that there's someone that believes in me because our actions follow our beliefs.
You know, when you said somebody believes you, it took me back to that story I was talking about with Coach Osborne. Writing that letter to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about that. This man said like a paragraph. He said, I know your parents believed in you. I believe in you. And upon your release, if there's anything I can do to help you, feel free to contact me. Now, that little paragraph, at the time that it came, changed my whole life. And I was a full grown adult at this time. So I can only imagine the impact that a kid that maybe don't get the one-on-one time with a parent or authority figure, and all they have is negative experiences. I can see where that could very easily turn them down a path that is not going to be favorable for them.
Teammates mentoring is a reflection of who Coach Osborne is, because we train our mentors to simply be there, to be committed, to be unconditional. Regardless if a student is making good grades or not,
right,
to still show up and be there. I mean, that's the game changer.
Yeah.
Especially when students have so much inconsistency in their life, to have that consistent person that cares about them because of who they are. That's the difference maker. And so who Coach Osborne was to you, we are trying to create that ripple effect through thousands of adults so that we can serve thousands of students who can also have that same hope, believe in themselves because someone believes in them, and actions follow beliefs.
Man, couldn't have said that any better. I just sit here and I'm thinking about what you're saying, and it just makes total sense to me. If anybody out there is listening and you want to be a part of teammates in any kind of way, I'm going to ask you one more time to repeat that website. How can people be a part of this, whether they want to donate or be a mentor?
Well, because I think everyone is on their phone, like us, follow us on Facebook, Teammates Mentoring Program. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. But to sign up to become a mentor, 20, 30 minutes, go to teammates.org. And it's right there in your face. You click to become a mentor. But if you want to support our efforts, knowing that we're a nonprofit, there's another button right underneath it to donate to teammates. But we need more individuals, positive role models, to use their role to be role models. And Lincoln, there's so much opportunity right here.
Okay.
Because we're serving about 1,200, and we can easily be serving 2,000 because we have a lot of students that have said, yes, we'd love to have a mentor, but we don't have enough adults that are stepping up to volunteer, to give back to their community.
I got you. And, that's kind of a sad thing, but unfortunately, some of our adults, instead of wanting to be a mentor, they're looking at a screen too. Hey, I call it, if it's down the middle, it's a strike.
Yeah.
And that's the way I see it. I'm not knocking technology. Like I said, please don't get that from what I'm saying. But I just think it's very important that these kids, they don't have the ability to have hindsight like adults do.
Exactly.
Adults can go back and go, well, man, if I would have knew then what I know now. Well, the kids they're there now.
Yeah.
So they don't even have the ability to look back because they're still trying to figure things out. So I think mentorship is very important. And I can speak from a personal standpoint. I mentor about 15 people.
Wow.
But mine is on substance abuse.
Yeah.
But the concepts are the same. It's like there's like 15 people every morning when I get up at 3 a.m. and turn my life over to God and do my mentor stuff. I talk people off of cliffs at 3 in the morning because that's when crisis happen. So people are like, why do you get up at 3 o'clock every morning? Well, if a person is in a crisis, I don't have the luxury of saying, hey, look, man, I know you're struggling, but hit me back at about 8:30 or 9, man.
Yeah.
And we'll try to work. No, if it's 3:30 in the morning and you're struggling, man, we finna talk.
Yeah.
We and so to me, I understand the concept of mentoring. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And I don't ever want people to think that it's easy, but it's productive, it's positive, and the feeling that I get on the inside of knowing that I had a small part to do with making someone be positive, it outweighs a lot of the other stuff that people feel is important.
Our data says that 91% of our mentors reported feeling more engaged when they go back to work, feeling more happy when they go home. So not only are students getting something from mentoring, our mentors are getting something from mentoring.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm a believer that experience is the best teacher, even when someone can learn it from someone else. And so I feel all of us adults, anyone who is 18 years or older, we have something to give. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be perfect. You simply just have to just be willing to give 20 to 30 minutes of your time once a week after school during the school day. So right now it's the summertime. It's a great time for you to learn more about Teammates by going to teammates.org. You can sign up and get trained, and we'll get you matched up in August when school starts.
See, that's a great opportunity for anybody out there that's thinking about it. I mean, hey, we're trying to help you at least get the information you need if that's something that you want to do. But please keep in mind, it must be something you want to do, because this is not a deal where you're going to get a lot of positive reinforcement from the public. You know, it's like anything else. Negative is going to get you some attention. Positive kind of gets you overlooked.
Yeah.
And you got to be okay with that, you know. And I'm speaking for myself now. My positiveness, I give myself credit, so it's not really necessary for someone else to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know what I'm doing is right, and I'm trying to help. Now, if you're just trying to get a bunch of likes or a bunch of follows, you need to probably go do something that's probably negative. And I use this example a lot. If you want to be famous, go out to Walmart and do something stupid. They'll give you all the TV coverage and jail coverage you can get. But if you really want to help someone, understand that there may not be a lot of pats on the backs coming.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, we're a team that there is support. Every school, there's a building coordinator, someone who is thanking you for giving your time. We try to do the best job that we can to make sure that our mentors are happy, because happy mentors are the best recruiters.
Absolutely.
And so what we're simply doing, and we both know Coach Osborne is very humble to this day.
Oh,
and so Teammates mentoring is pretty much a reflection of him and his wife, Nancy. People that are mentors, yeah, you're exactly right. It's not about you.
Right.
Because we have this we over me attitude.
Right.
If we want to have a better, stronger community in the future,
right,
it starts with us adults. We have to step up. We have to lead by example, because otherwise what they see is not only what they will get, but what they will be.
Right. Well, you know, I'm sitting there thinking about that. That's our future.
Exactly.
You know, and I know a lot of us think that we got it going on, but Father Time's undefeated. Hey, we're going to take a break and we'll be back. Don't you guys go anywhere. I got some more questions for this young man. 93.7 The Ticket is to get your happy on hour.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
I wanted to quit for so long, but I didn't know where to start.
I was afraid of what people would think. But then I found the right support to start my recovery journey. 1 in 14 Americans reports experiencing a substance use disorder, a treatable medical condition. Treatment can take many forms, so there are a variety of options to explore and find the one that works best for you. Recovery from drug addiction is possible.
Paid for by the CDC, sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Nebraska's favorite vape shop.
Generation V.
Providing friendly, personalized service and the largest selection of vaporizers and e-liquid flavors in the state.
Generation V.
Generation V will beat or match any local competitor's price. With a huge selection, great service, and the lowest prices, Generation V is your one-stop shop for all your vaping needs.
Generation V.
With 4 Lincoln locations, visit us on the web at generationv.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Allo is here to give you the FYI. Are your shows buffering? We know why. Are your games lagging? Don't deny. Are your work calls dropping? Here's the FYI. Your old school internet company can't keep up. They give it a try. Their network isn't enough. Don't get trapped in their gimmicks and lies. It's time to fiber your internet with Allo. Honest, local, and hassle-free is what we stand by. Experience Allo Internet. Visit allofiber.com/FYI.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams. From treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at garnerindustries.com.
America's been around since 1776. That's nothing. America's still just learning how to party. The Irish? The Irish have been doing it for thousands of years. Party the Irish way at McKinney's Irish Pub in the Haymarket. They've got your favorite Irish beers on tap, along with all the locals and domestics. Plus great house cocktails, a huge selection of Irish whiskey, and the best Irish pub food in town. See the full menu and list of specials online at mckinneyspub.com or just head down there. McKinney's Irish Pub at 7th and P in the Haymarket.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Simmons.
Hey, we back to Get Your Happy On Hour. You know, we talked about quite a bit of stuff, and I cannot pass up this opportunity to show some love to Coach Osborne. A lot of you know my story, but a lot of you may not. But after I lost my parents back in 2006, losing them both like 3 months apart, and they were married like 50 plus years, I didn't really feel like I had anybody that really cared. And 3 years later, you're sitting in prison and you're feeling like nobody cares. and I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way. I never felt like I was suicidal. I always felt like I was homicidal.
Yeah.
Which was me, which is not a good thing either. I mean, I ain't gonna hurt me, but I'll hurt someone else. And I had that guard that always picked on me. And I was basically about to do something to that guard that I could never undo.
Yeah.
And it's like at that exact moment, I was getting ready to make that decision that was going to change my life forever. Probably would have kept me incarcerated till death. And I get a letter from Coach Osborne. I've told Coach so many times over the last 14 years of how appreciative I am of that letter. And Coach, before I even say this, but how Coach is. Well, Rick, I just wrote a note. I didn't think much of it, I mean, he's so humble.
Yeah.
He thinks that everything he does is just something he did, but it's not that big of a deal. But I will not let him get away with that. I remind him every time, Coach, you just don't know what that letter did for me. And, and from that letter, I have watched what my life has turned into 14 years later. So I will forever be grateful to Coach Osborne. If there's someone out there, I just want to put this on the record. If you don't approve of Coach Osborne for whatever reason, please keep that a secret from me. Because I have the utmost respect for that man, and I will forever. So I'm not saying no one's perfect, but for what that guy had done for me, I can never repay him.
Yeah.
And I travel all over the country speaking, and I make sure everyone knows that. Now, he don't want to take any credit, but that's just who he is. And I had to take this moment just to say, Coach, thank you. If you hear this show, please understand, man, that you'll never be in a position where I won't be saying that. I'm going to say that until I can't say it anymore. I know he's a good person. I know there's nobody perfect, but man, if there's somebody close, there can't be much closer than Coach.
Yeah.
Because I know his intents is good. I don't think he gets up every day trying to hurt people.
No.
And brings me back to mentoring. For you to take on the CEO, you got some big shoes to fill, young man. I just need you to know that, even though you probably already do, but you need to hear from someone other than yourself. You got very large shoes to fill. And I'm really proud that you're even taking on that challenge, because I know a lot of people wouldn't. A lot of people aren't capable, because Coach Osborne set the bar kind of high.
Yeah.
And he did it with limited resources. Like you say, he don't have Matt Rule money. He started this, man, basically out of the kindness of his heart.
Exactly.
I always want y'all to know something about me, too. I love to be happy. I will be the first to admit I cannot dance. But I think I can dance. It's all in my head. I've been doing the same dance for decades. I listen to the same music for decades. And I still think I'm up to date. That's how I get my happy on.
Yeah.
I want to know how my little brother Demoine gets his happy on.
Well, they say if you take care of your body takes care of you. And
Okay.
so what makes me happy, of course, is eating good food.
I got you.
My wife, we've been doing this Hello Fresh. It's nothing like the soul food.
It ain't like Arkansas.
No, it's no, but it's good because I want to live a long life.
Right.
And then also I work out every day. Not 5 days, not 6 days, every day. So I do a little bit of Pharaoh's kickboxing, and then I do a little, still lifting at the Y.
Okay.
And then my family, my kids, they make me happy.
Gotcha.
Things don't make me happy because, Coach always says the best things in life are not things. The best things in life are people, which takes me to the next thing that makes me happy is the work that I get to do every single day. I get to help people. I get to motivate people. when I'm on social media, I'm not on there following and just being negative. Positivity is not something that we try to be. It's something that we must choose to be.
Right.
And so it's a choice. I put quotes similar to you,
Mm-hmm.
Really letting folks know that it's easy to be negative.
Oh, yeah.
But to be positive is not easy, but it's a choice. And so my attitude, just like our good friend AD likes to say, is our attitude is our choice.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because to be really honest with you, you said a lot when you said it's easy to be negative, because it really is. I mean, all you got to do is open your eyes and look.
Yeah.
You see it. I mean, just in my little travels, whether it be local or wherever I go, I watch people's, and I'm not saying you need to walk around with a perma grin on your face. That ain't what I mean. But body language says a lot.
Yeah.
You can tell a person that's unhappy by their body language.
Yeah.
I mean, I use this example a lot too, and I hope I don't get in trouble for this, but I'm gonna use it anyways. When I go grocery shopping, some of those people come around the corner with those grocery carts, and I know they're running late. They maybe just got off work. They trying to get the grocery, shopping done before they go pick up the kids from daycare or soccer practice, whatever. Boy, and they come around that corner and their cart's on two wheels. I just know to stop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm blessed to not have to be in that kind of hurry. I'm not saying that it's not necessary. I'm just saying I don't personally have to be. So I try to make sure that I give people space so that they can get where they need to get.
Yeah.
And I'm not the reason why they're late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, and shout out to everything that you're doing, Ricky, and what you stand for, because I'm happy because of happy people,
Right.
people like you, because every time you would come into the office, you would show me love. It's like you were rooting for me.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I think we need more of that in society. We need more people rooting for one another. We need more happy people, because happy people leads to more happy people. And so
Correct.
I appreciate just your attitude, your positivity, because it's contagious.
Well, I'll say thank you. And the reason why I say thank you is because I agree. I think that anytime you can lift people up, I think that there's a benefit to being lifted up.
Yeah.
I mean, negativity is already being covered by society. We don't really need no help with negativity. So I feel like if I can make people laugh, even if they're laughing at me, I feel like that's still a positive thing.
It is.
So I just want to thank everybody, though, just to taking time out to listen to our show. I mean, this show is basically about encouraging people. I want to see everybody be positive. And I always wrap up every show by thanking my guests. Got to give a big shout out to Rico, because he came in and filled in at the last minute. Appreciate that. And I got to finish with my famous saying, every day you blessed to see, it truly is another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. Then I pause for a minute. Go! Y'all have a great night. Every day you blessed to see. Keep your head up. 93.7 The Ticket is to get you happy on hour. Thank you. We'll see you again next week.
CNC machinist, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you're in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment